The Montreal Canadiens' 1993 Stanley Cup victory remains a vivid memory for hockey fans across Canada, marking the last time a Canadian team hoisted the iconic trophy. As the Edmonton Oilers prepare to face the Florida Panthers in Game 7 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Final, they stand on the brink of ending a 31-year championship drought for Canadian NHL teams. This momentous occasion has captured the attention of the 1993 Canadiens champions, who reflect on their own triumph and the long wait for another Canadian victory. Vincent Damphousse, the leading scorer for the Canadiens during their 1993 playoff run, recalls the exhilarating journey that culminated in defeating Wayne Gretzky and the Los Angeles Kings. The Canadiens' victory on June 9, 1993, secured their 24th Stanley Cup, an NHL record. However, since that triumph, no Canadian team has managed to win the Cup, making this the longest gap between Canadian championships in NHL history. The previous record was a 6-year span between the Montreal Maroons' 1935 victory and the Toronto Maple Leafs' 1942 win. Reflecting on the current situation, Damphousse highlighted the significance of a Canadian team excelling in the NHL. "It's our sport and it's important for a Canadian team to do well," he said. The excitement and engagement of fans across Canada demonstrate the deep-rooted passion for hockey and the anticipation surrounding Edmonton's chance to break the drought. Brian Bellows, who contributed significantly to the Canadiens' 1993 success with 15 points in 20 games, shared his enthusiasm for the thrilling nature of a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final. "This series has been great for hockey," Bellows remarked. "Everyone loves a Game 7. The idea of celebrating past achievements, similar to how the 1972 Miami Dolphins commemorate their undefeated season each year, has not been adopted by the 93 Canadiens. Instead, the former players feel empathy for Canadian fans and teams who have faced decades of near misses and challenges. Canadian teams have come close to ending the drought several times since 1993. Notably, the Vancouver Canucks lost in Game 7 to the New York Rangers in 1994, the Calgary Flames fell to the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2004, the Oilers themselves were defeated by the Carolina Hurricanes in 2006, and the Canucks again lost in Game 7 to the Boston Bruins in 2011. Each of these losses has only added to the weight of the drought. Kirk Muller, second only to Damphousse in scoring for the Canadiens in '93, expressed surprise that no Canadian team has won the Cup in the past 31 years. "You can see the excitement in the country right now, and you can see how quickly it just magnifies across the excitement, and you can see that happening in Edmonton right now," Muller observed. The Oilers, aiming for their 6th Stanley Cup but their first since 1990, bring back memories of an era when the Cup often resided in Canada. During the 1980s and early 1990s, Canadian teams dominated the NHL, with the Oilers winning 5 championships between 1984 and 1990, the Canadiens winning in 1986, and the Calgary Flames capturing the title in 1989. Several factors contribute to the prolonged championship drought for Canadian teams. Damphousse pointed to the NHL's salary cap and tax differences between Canada and certain U.S. states, which can complicate team-building efforts. "Guys are making a bit more to stay on those teams compared to Florida, to Tampa, to Dallas or even Vegas, where there's different tax rules," Damphousse explained. The added financial pressure and the intense scrutiny in hockey-centric Canadian markets also pose challenges. Despite these obstacles, the Oilers have built a formidable team around superstars Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Their journey to the 2024 final, especially their remarkable comeback from a 3-0 deficit in the series, has captivated hockey fans. Win or lose, this series is already being hailed as an instant classic. As the Oilers prepare for the decisive Game 7, Kirk Muller, now an assistant coach with the Washington Capitals, has been closely following the playoffs. "I've watched a lot of playoffs this year," Muller said. "You're always looking to get better, and why are these two teams in the finals and what do they do well that can help your team? And then just purely as a fan, I think the series has been really exciting and I think the playoffs have been really good." The conclusion of this series will be historic regardless of the outcome. A victory for the Panthers would mark the first Stanley Cup in their franchise's history, while a win for the Oilers would end Canada's 31-year wait for the Cup and add a thrilling chapter to the annals of hockey history. "It's a beautiful series to watch as a fan," Damphousse said. "I'm cheering for Edmonton." With the hopes of a nation riding on their shoulders, the Oilers take to the ice with the opportunity to bring the Stanley Cup back to Canada and reignite the fervor of Canadian hockey fans.